I want to show you a little bit about our greenhouse, like a little tour around accessibility, because I think one of the really beautiful things about when you get to design a space yourself is you get to imagine not just like a cookie cutter idea of a greenhouse, but you get to really imagine who's going to be in the space and how do you want them to feel and what needs to be present for them to feel that way. So I want to show you a little of how we designed our greenhouse in thinking about this. So as you enter in the greenhouse, and on the outside there's a little ramp, and then coming in we built this ramp so that it could be wheelchair friendly. And we built these beds inside of the greenhouse for multiple purposes. So there's raised beds at the bottom that we can grow stuff into during the growing season. And then above, on top, we have these shelves we built. So these are for seeding, for starting seeds. And then these are removable. So in the growing season, we take these off so we can just grow directly into the beds below. And for the end ones, what we did is we built the table so that you can actually lower this part. So if that's your height or you're in a wheelchair, you can actually be able to sit here and access it. I also installed one of these wire things with a hose attached to the greenhouse. So our hose is actually above rather than on the ground, because what we found is that when you're trying to water stuff with a hose on the ground, it's like dragging across the plants, really easy to hurt them. It's really heavy to manage, and we want to protect our backs and our bodies. So we actually have this thing that will slide so that you can use that to water instead of ground, the hose being on the ground. And it's really nice because then when you're sitting at the seeding table, you can just grab the hose and seed. And one of the things I really love about thinking about spaces where you're working and where traditionally it's thought of as like this really intense farm labor is how do we want to design the space so that's actually comfortable. So it's really nice to have these seating tables set up in the greenhouse in a way where you can sit at it, because you can feel your feet on the land, it's grounding, and it also helps your body to slow down and work slower, so you're not in this kind of like urgency style rush when you're working with the land, which is really helpful.